To prepare for HCIE-Datacom V1.0 H12891_V1.0 exam. The exam guides and questions are valuable in your preparation. H12891_V1.0 exam overview is available here for you to study. There are 60 single answer question, multiple answer question, true or false, short response item, drag and drop item in real H12891_V1.0 exam, and you have 90 minutes to finish the test. The required passing score is 600. The exam cost is $300. The available languages are Chinese and English. H12891_V1.0 exam knowledge contents cover the following details: advanced routing and switching technology, campus network planning and deployment, WAN interconnection network planning and deployment, bearer WAN planning and deployment, network automation. SRMPLS policy needs to introduce business traffic into the tunnel for forwarding. If there are different business traffic going to the same destination address, in order to better ensure the quality of different services, which of the following traffic diversion methods is best to use? A. Drainage based on quintuple. B. Driving traffic based on endpoint. C. Traffic diversion based on DSCP. D. Driving traffic based on color. The correct answer is C. DSCP, Differentiated Services Code Point, is used for traffic classification and codes. By assigning a specific DSCP value to different traffic types, the network can treat each type of traffic with the appropriate priority or forwarding behavior. This ensures that traffic with higher priority gets better treatment and guarantees quality of service, COS. Which of the following descriptions about the purpose of configuring LSP fragmentation on is equipment is correct? A. Prevent the device from learning is routing information. B. Without any practical purpose. C. Prevent the device from establishing is neighbors. D. Allow the device to support more is routing entries. The correct answer is D. LSP fragmentation allows a device to handle larger amounts of is routing information by fragmenting large LSPs into smaller units. This enables the device to support more routing entries without exceeding the MTU limit, which helps maintain the stability and scalability of the network. When troubleshooting MSTP, the network administrator executed the display current configuration command to obtain the configuration file of the device. Which of the following description of troubleshooting ideas is wrong? A. Whether the MSTP port connected to the user terminal device is disabled or configured as an edge port. B. Check whether the device port is added to the correct VLAN. C. Regardless of whether BPDU tunnel is configured on the device, it will not affect STP. D. Check the port configuration and confirm whether the protocol packet sending command is enabled on the STP-enabled port, such as BPDU enable. The correct answer is C. BPDU tunnel is an important feature in MSTP, particularly when BPDU packets need to be forwarded between switches across different network segments. If BPDU tunnel is not configured correctly, it can significantly impact STP, spanning tree protocol, operation, as BPDUs may not be able to traverse certain parts of the network. So, BPDU tunnel can absolutely affect STP, and disregarding it could lead to STP problems. When the network administrator tried to access the internal network device through Telnet, he found that he could not access it. Which of the following reasons is impossible? A. The route is unreachable and the client and server cannot establish a TCP connection. B. ACL is bound in the VTY user interface. C. Protocol inbound all is configured in the VTY user interface. D. The number of users logged into the device has reached the upper limit. The correct answer is C. The command protocol inbound all is typically used to specify that all protocols are allowed to connect to the VTY lines. This command actually allows Telnet, and other protocols, to access the device via VTY, not prevent it. If this is configured, it would typically not cause a problem with Telnet access. This makes it an impossible reason for failure to access the device via Telnet. Which of the following is the meaning of the IPv6 enable topology IPv6 command in IS's protocol view? IPv4 and IPv6 use the same topology for SPF calculation. B. SPF calculation is performed separately in IPv4 and IPv6 topologies. C. SPF calculation for IPv6 routing is not supported. D. Does not have any meaning. The correct answer is B. The IPv6 enable topology IPv6 command ensures that SPF calculations for IPv6 are done independently from those for IPv4. This separation allows for separate routing for IPv4 and IPv6 in the same IS network. There are many types of token buckets. Which type of token bucket should be used for long-term burst traffic? A. Double bucket double speed token bucket. B. Single bucket double speed token bucket. C. Single bucket single speed token bucket. D. Single bucket double speed token bucket. The correct answer is A. For long-term burst traffic, a double bucket double speed token bucket is the best choice. The two buckets allow more flexibility in handling bursts over longer periods, and the double speed ensures enough tokens are accumulated to support sustained traffic bursts. There are three different roles in strategic linkage. Which of the following is not a role defined in strategic linkage? A. Authentication execution point. B. Authentication control point. C. Policy execution point. D. Terminal. The correct answer is D. Terminal is not a defined role in strategic linkage. The roles are typically focused on authentication and policy enforcement, not on the endpoints or terminals themselves. A company's headquarters network and branch network are interconnected through the Internet. If you want to use VPN technology to ensure safe and reliable data transmission between headquarters users and branch users, which of the following VPN technologies is the most suitable? A. IPsec VPN. B. SSL VPN. C. L2TP VPN. D. MPLS VPN. The correct answer is A. IPsec VPN is widely used for securing data traffic over the Internet. It operates at the network layer, Layer 3, and provides strong encryption and authentication to ensure data security. It is highly suitable for connecting branch offices with the headquarters over the Internet, offering secure tunneling and ensuring the integrity and confidentiality of the data. It is designed to handle long-distance communication over untrusted networks like the Internet, making it ideal for this use case. In the scenario of dynamically establishing a VXLAN tunnel through BGP EVPN, when EVPN Type 2 is used to advertise host ARP and host IP routes respectively, which option is wrong in the following description? A. Both carry L2VNI. B. Both carry host IP information. C. Both carry L3VNI. D. Both carry MAC information. The correct answer is C. EVPN Type 2 advertisements are primarily concerned with Layer 2, L2, mapping. They carry the L2VNI for VXLAN encapsulation, but L3VNI, Layer 3 Virtual Network Identifier, is not part of the Type 2 advertisements. L3VNIs are typically used in EVPN Type 5 advertisements, which are specifically designed for Layer 3 IP prefix advertisements, for routing. Thus, L3VNI is not carried in Type 2 EVPN advertisements. In the campus network, in order to facilitate the management of servers, printers, video surveillance and other equipment, which of the following methods is recommended for address allocation? A. DHCP dynamically obtains a non-fixed IP address. B. Use boot protocol to dynamically obtain an IP address. C. Use PPPoE authentication and perform address binding during authorization. D. DHCP static address allocation based on MAC address. The correct answer is D. This method is the most suitable for managing servers, printers, video surveillance, and other fixed devices. Using DHCP static address allocation based on the MAC address ensures that each device gets a fixed IP address every time it connects to the network, but the IP address is assigned dynamically by the DHCP server, based on its MAC address. This makes it easy to manage and configure devices while still using DHCP for centralized management. In the scenario of dynamically establishing a VXLAN tunnel through BCP EVPN, when using BGP EVPN Type 2 routing for host MAC address advertisement, which of the following descriptions is correct? A. It will carry specific L2VNI and L3VNI values at the same time. B. Will carry specific L3VNI value. C. The RT value carried is the export RT in the IPVPN instance. D. The IP address and IP address length fields will not carry specific content. The correct answer is C. The RT, route target, carried in a BGP EVPN Type 2 advertisement is the export route target, RT, of the IPVPN instance. This value is used to identify the specific VPN instance for the advertised MAC addresses. It is necessary for proper route filtering and to ensure that the advertisements are received only by the relevant devices in the VPN. In the firewall dual machine hot standby scenario, when VGMP is working in load sharing mode, in order to avoid the return traffic being discarded because it does not match the session table entry in the scenario where the round-trip paths are inconsistent, what functions do the firewall need to enable? A. Session quick backup. B. Manual batch backup. C. Automatic backup. D. Turn on BFD detection. The correct answer is A. The session quick backup function ensures that if one firewall in the dual machine setup goes down or if the traffic takes an alternate path, the session entry is quickly backed up and synchronized across both devices. This helps maintain session consistency even in load sharing mode, preventing return traffic from being discarded. Which of the following descriptions of MPLS label space is wrong? A. When the penultimate hop LSR performs label exchange, if it is found that the exchanged label value is 3, the label will be popped up by default and the packet will be sent to the last hop. B. 16 approximately 1023 is the label space shared by static LSP and static CRLSP. C. If the outgoing label value is 0, the router will directly discard the packet. D. Above 1024 is the label space shared by dynamic signaling protocols such as LDP, RSVP-TE, MPBGP and so on. The correct answer is C. In MPLS, label 0 is a special reserved label used to indicate that the label has been popped, i.e., the packet has reached its final destination and should be forwarded based on its IP header. A label value of 0 does not cause the packet to be discarded. Instead, it means the packet is to be forwarded as an IP packet, with no MPLS label. Therefore, the router will not discard the packet. It will forward it based on the IP routing table. Which of the following descriptions of BGP, MPLS IPVPN routing interactions is wrong? APE and CE exchange IPv4 routing information. B. The egress PE can send IPv4 routes to the remote CE through BGP, IGP or static routing. C. The ingress PE changes the IPv4 routes received from the CE into VPN v4 routes and saves them according to different VPN instances. D. After receiving the VPN v4 routes advertised by the ingress PE, the egress PE filters the VPN v4 routes based on the RT attributes carried by the routes. The correct answer is D. While route targets, RTs, are indeed used to control the distribution of VPN v4 routes between PEs, the egress PE does not filter VPN v4 routes based on RT attributes in the traditional sense. Instead, the egress PE uses the RTs to import or export routes to the appropriate VPN instance. When the ingress PE advertises VPN v4 routes, the egress PE looks at the RTs to determine if the routes belong to the correct VPN instance. But filtering typically refers to deciding whether to accept or reject a route based on its RT, which is more about import-export policy, not filtering per se. An interface has the following configuration. Isitamer Hello 5 Level 2. Which of the following descriptions is correct? A. The CSNP packet sending interval for Level 2 on this interface is 5s. B. The hello packet sending interval for level on this interface is 5s. C. The hello packet sending interval for level -2 of this interface is 5s. D. The hello packet sending interval for level 1 and level 2 of this interface is both 5s. The correct answer is C. The configuration sets the hello interval to 5 seconds for level 2 OSPF routers. Hello packets are sent every 5 seconds to establish and maintain OSPF neighbors. Which of the following descriptions of data encryption methods is wrong? A. Data encryption methods are divided into symmetric encryption and asymmetric encryption. B. Asymmetric encryption uses public key encryption and private key decryption. C. The keys used in the symmetric encryption algorithm must be exchanged via email, otherwise there is a risk of key leakage. D. Symmetric encryption algorithms use the same key to encrypt and decrypt data. The correct answer is C. In symmetric encryption, the same key is used for both encryption and decryption. However, the issue with symmetric encryption is not necessarily that the keys have to be exchanged via email, but rather that the key exchange process itself must be secure. If the key is exchanged over an insecure channel, like email, there's indeed a risk of key leakage, but the method of exchange is not limited to email. In practice, secure methods such as Diffie-Hellman key exchange or TLS, transport layer security, are often used to securely exchange keys. In Huawei's SD-WAN solution, the topology orchestration results are delivered to the RR through which of the following methods? A. BGP configuration. B. Flow table. C. OSPF configuration. D. SNMP configuration. The correct answer is A. In Huawei's SD-WAN solution, the topology orchestration results are typically delivered to the route reflector, RR, through BGP, Border Gateway Protocol, configuration. BGP is commonly used in SD-WAN environments for propagating routing information across the network, and the RR helps reflect and distribute this information to other devices in the network. When the client calls iMaster NCE Campus RESTful when using the API, if the server returns status code 401, which of the following descriptions is correct? A. The requested resource does not exist. B. Unauthorized. C. No access allowed. D. Service is unavailable. The correct answer is B. 401 unauthorized means that the client request was not authorized to access the requested resource. This could be due to missing or incorrect authentication credentials, such as an invalid API key, token, or lack of proper login credentials. During the HTTP communication process, the client only sends a request for each HTTP connection. Once the server response data is sent, the connection will be released. To solve this problem, which header field extension can be used to maintain the HTTP session without immediately disconnecting? A. Cookies. B. Session. C. Connection. D. Set cookie. The correct answer is C. The connection header is used in HTTP to control whether a connection should be kept open or closed after the current request response. For example, setting connection keep alive allows the connection to remain open for future requests, thereby enabling persistent connections. This keeps the TCP connection open between the client and the server, allowing multiple requests and responses without reopening the connection each time. In the design of network access control in large and medium-sized campuses, when a PC terminal is connected to an IP phone, which of the following authentication methods can be selected? A. 802. 1x authentication. B. Hybrid certification. C. MAC authentication. D. Portal authentication. The correct answer is A. 802.1x is a port-based network access control protocol that is commonly used for authenticating devices trying to connect to the network. In the case where a PC terminal is connected to an IP phone, 802.1x authentication can be configured to authenticate both the IP phone and the PC. The phone can be authenticated through MAC-based authentication, while the PC can undergo 802.1x authentication. This method is widely used in enterprise environments because it provides secure, dynamic authentication for devices.